Guelph Humber could win big at CBC's Literary Awards.
And we see how Reading Week affects students' wallets. Humber News starts right now.
Hello, it's Friday, February 18, 2011. Welcome to Humber News, coming to you from the Broadcast Center here at the North Campus. I'm Arda Zakarian. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Rob Sykes. Ahead on our show, we'll have all your news, sports, and entertainment highlights, as well as your 5-day weather forecast. But first, Arda has our top story.
It's a day before Reading Week, and many Humber students are choosing between penny pinching and pina coladas. Humber News reporter Sangeeta Patel has the details.
Travel agents at this location near the North Campus say they've seen a noticeable influx in the number of students looking for spring break vacations. Travel agent Asha Prakash says many of them don't take into account the higher costs of peak season travel.
Especially during spring break, the prices are a little higher.
Back at Humber, while budgets may be on the top of students' minds, spring break often trumps it. For this first-year student, finance was certainly a factor.
When I first decided to go, I definitely thought of budget the first thing, whether I could afford it, how much it would be, definitely.
According to Holsey Saheed, the financial aid manager here at Humber, approximately 55% of students are on financial aid.
The average debt per academic year would be probably about $8,000 in loan.
Some of her recommendations for students to stay on budget are prioritize your budget based on what you want versus what you need, avoid credit cards and use cash whenever possible, and be proactive and search for deals. Despite this heavy debt load, campus is abuzz with students talking about their vacation plans.
After a stressful term, many students feel they deserve vacation, but financial advisors suggest a balance between spending and saving. Sangeeta Patel, Humber News.
Some exciting news out of Guelph Humber University. 2 students, a graduate, an instructor, in the Creative Arts program are among the finalists in the 2011 CBC Literary Awards. Kilby Smith-McGregor, Matthew Henderson, and Cassie Beecham are the finalists listed in 3 categories: creative nonfiction, poetry, and short story. The announcement was made Monday. The CBC Literary Awards are one of the largest literary competitions in Canada.
Ontario is taking aim at the problem of human trafficking. Attorney General Chris Bentley says the province will provide $1.95 million over 3 years to help victims and assist police and prosecutors in cracking down on the problem. The new initiative will include a 24-hour crisis hotline for victims, targeted enforcement by the OPP, Toronto and Peel Region Police, and Crown attorneys specializing in human trafficking cases.
And following that announcement, a man is due in court today in the Halton region charged with human trafficking. David McKay Stone is the second person arrested in Halton for trafficking underage girls. Stone was also charged, along with Aldane Orlando Beckford, on sexual assault and unlawful confinement charges.
StatsCan says the annual inflation rate dropped down to 2.3% in January. StatsCan says the cost of gas, car insurance, and restaurant meals helped maintain the inflation rate above the ideal level. Prices were higher in January, but items such as women's clothing, sports equipment, and travel cost less than they did a year ago. Ontario's rate dropped from 3.3% to 2.9%.
Humber students are hosting a fundraiser event for the Ontario Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. Donations help animals that have been mistreated. Humber News reporter Uwais Motala has more from the concourse at Humber's North Campus.
Students from the Community Justice Service program are helping the Ontario Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals seeking donations. The purpose of the fundraiser is to bring awareness to the cruelty of animals. Elizabeth Teixeira, one of the coordinators, says their campaign Fund for Paws Protect Animals with Sorrows should grab students' attention.
It is an extremely important cause. There is a lot of animal cruelty in our city, and unfortunately there is not enough awareness of it. And we're trying to raise as much funds as we possibly can in order to help them better their shelters and so on.
In addition to Humber students organizing the event, 6 high school seniors also volunteered for the OSPCA.
All these animals aren't cared for, and we should really support the fact that they should be taken care of.
This may be the first time that Community Justice Service students are hosting this event, but not the last. Expect to see them in June again. Uwais Motala, Humber News.
When we come back, we'll have more news from around the country and the world. Kathleen Peroff will have the sports news, and we'll have your weather forecast with Bridget Trung.
Hot-blooded weather, can't you see? We've got a fever of 103. Well, give or take. I have more about today's weather and the 5-day forecast after this.